All right, y'all, this is Baker. Welcome to Uphill Radio. We have a brand new interview, brand new artist in the scene, Dave Won't Die. How we feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. I really appreciate you having me on, bro. This is really fucking special for me, bro. It's my first real interview in a long fucking time, bro. I really appreciate you having me on.
Life's confusing. I have questions. I'm so sick of
course, for all the viewers watching, for the audience, I got linked up with Dave through like the artists of Tyler, LaForce, Vel. That scene is completely different. I'm a big fan of it. Today we're gonna learn about Dave Won't Die's journey. But first off, let's begin with the name Dave Won't Die. What does that mean?
Oh, it's funny. Like, Dave Won't Die was just kind of a spin off my old Instagram name that I had for a while, which was Dave Ain't Shit, which is just like an inside joke from like me and my high school friends. Dave, you ain't shit. So I made it my IG name for a while. When I was trying to come up with like an artist name, like I was struggling, bro. That's like a big thing for me. Like for a long time when I first did music, I just released it under my real name, like, and have like no artist name. So when I was like I need to come up with something, I just like Dave Ain't Shit, the same kind of pacing, but Dave Won't Die. It sounded cool, but I've had a lot of people come at me with different meanings for it. So I have like you know what I'm saying? Everyone's kind of interpretation is cool, and I kind of let them have that, but I have my own, what I kind of personal meaning to it, the Dave Won't Die, and it's just like, I'm gone, whatever could be tomorrow, we're 100 million years from now.
Yep.
My music's gonna be here forever.
I
so
like that.
Literally Dave Won't Die, because you can always go back and hear.
Man, that's dope. And what's so unique about it is like it's a statement. It's not just a name, it's a statement.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. Like, no matter what you got going on, like, nothing's gonna knock me down, nothing can't me from doing what I got to do. Dave Won't Die. I'm just stubborn like that. So
I'll get into like the origins of music in a bit, because like you said, like even when you pass, your name in your music will live on through time. It's such a crazy time that we're living in right now when it comes to music. For those who don't know you, can you give us a brief summary of who you are as an artist?
I'm kind of like a mixed hodgepodge of everything, kind of listen to I guess that's every artist. Like, I've always struggled with trying to find my sound, like metal, hyper pop, regular, good old fashioned rap shit, like kind of your mix of every weird alternative form of hip hop and shit. I kind of do it all. I have a lot of angry and sad and pent up emotions that I'm letting out in all sorts of different aggressive ways on the microphone. But I'm just me. Again, it's so hard because I do so many different types of things. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Emotions that people tell you you're not supposed to show, and anger and sadness and all that stuff. Yeah. It's all that right in your face, like all that right in your face.
Man, that is.
It's all the emotions that you don't want to feel.
Yeah.
Right up there, right up in your face, and aggressively.
It is a difficult question because we're more complex than that. It's just the reason why I say that for the most part is to give the audience of like how the artists see themselves, to kind of understand the character and who they are, and how different their artistry is compared to the real life, or is it merged together,
Mine's weird. I really, that's been my biggest thing I've been trying to learn, is where that line is between where the real life ends and where does David and Dave Won't Die begin. I really think Dave Won't Die is everything that David wants to talk about and be. I think about it like, you ever seen the movie The Mask? David is Stanley Ipkiss, the shy banker who can't talk to anybody. Dave Won't Die is when I put the mask on, and you know what I'm saying? But what's cool is, like, the more that I do this music and become Dave Won't Die, the more I learn about David, which is crazy.
10 out of 10 for that mask analogy. That makes so much sense, and that's insane right there.
And that's my favorite movie of all time.
Jim Carrey's the GOAT.
He's one of my idols, bro. Man was homeless in high school, helping his parents. They were living in a car. He's helping his dad. He dropped out of school to help care of his family. He still made his dreams come true.
And he changed the genre.
As we're all trying to do, bro. He was an oddball. He was the goofy white guy on In Living Color, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm a real Jim Carrey fan, bro.
I love how there's influences outside of music as well. Speak on some of the influences that inspired you in your craft. It doesn't have to just be music, but everything in general.
If I had to have so I have like a Mount Rushmore of my inspirations as far as music. Like that's not typically like the artist that I listen to that inspired me. Like, so my dad is obviously like one. He was playing nothing but like Prince and Ready for the World and Tupac and all that kind of shit. And then my mom, on the other hand, she played like White Stripes and Linkin Park and you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. She's playing Rob Zombie in the house. Their jazz is totally different. But then I have just pretty much just every different member of my family had each different musical taste. My godfather was playing Sade, Aretha Franklin, Anita Baker. My older brother, when he got older, he's listening to metal, hardcore, post-hardcore, post-punk, like that. I'm listening to The Cure, and I'm listening to AFI and all. And honestly, like, I moved around a lot as a kid. So, like, different regions that I've lived in kind of slowly inspired, you know what I'm saying? So I was born in California, but I went to middle school in Louisiana. I went to high school in Texas. So I like to chop and screw a lot of my music because I'm inspired by a lot of Zero and UGK and, you know what I'm saying, 3-6 Mafia. Like, R.I.P. Beat King, like literally, like I had just, like my song that I, like in my song I just dropped today called Titan. I mean, by the time this comes out, it'll be long out, but like I dropped a song today called Titan and I chopped and screwed the end. Probably my best chopped and screwed I've ever done because I mix and master my shit for the most part. And like I did that because like Beat King just died and he was one of the main people that I first heard like modern doing chopped and screwed, like that real Texas, like Houston sound. I went to high school right outside of Houston in a town called Beaumont. Same town Tizo Touchdown is from.
Okay.
I went to high school there. So he went,
Damn.
This is a kind of a weird connection I have with Tizo. I'm going to tell the story real quick because I've never got to tell this story like publicly.
Story time with Dave Won't Die.
I got offered a Tizo feature back when he was still just a local artist. Like he had a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? He's a hometown hero.
Yeah.
So I got offered a feature for $200 back when he was like right before he popped off.
Damn.
Like went to LA with Trippy for $200, but I barely had that to my name.
Yeah.
And it wasn't under Dave Won't Die. It was just me, you know what I'm saying? My little brother was doing videos with him and shit, like, but I didn't take it up on the offer, obviously, because I was like, all I have is $200, and I can't justify paying $200 for a feature when, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, in hindsight, so honestly, even like the sounds of that time, like growing, like 2016, living outside of Houston and Beaumont, like that sound, and then immediately moving back to California after that, before the pandemic started, like 2017, 18, and then like up on the SoundCloud wave, like X, Ski, like I was big on all that kind of shit. Like, so all those weird different things have all taken a weird toll and turned me into whatever the hell I'm doing now.
Everything you named, I know there's way more. Like, I know life is complex, so it's way more detail, but everybody you named is wonderful. And then for you to go from Cali to Louisiana to Texas, back to Cali, like that's so much beautiful culture right there. And that
was just long. I didn't even mention. Sorry to cut you off. Like I've lived in Iowa. I've lived in little mini places. Like,
wow.
You know, like that's just the main time span are spent in like Texas and California and Louisiana. The only place I've never spent a lot of time in is the East Coast. I've done a show in Baltimore.
You're American.
That's pretty much it. All back in America.
You know, that story with Tizo was amazing. It just shows that, you know, this alignment, you know, with the stars above us. And
bro, and it shows that it's possible, bro.
Yes.
Anybody, like, it could be the dude, like, that you went to high school with, bro. I have, I know people I went to high school with that are, like, doing big shit. Like, I have a homie that I used to write music with from 9th grade. By the time we graduated, my homie Caleb, he goes by Johnny Coco.
Okay.
One of his songs that he did with like some people is on the next Madden soundtrack, I think.
What?
Like, bro, like he's doing big shit, bro. Like,
damn.
And this is a dude that we used to talk about this shit in class, and it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an untangible. It's not just something you dream about, bro. You can make it happen. Like, it's like I felt like seeing Tizo blow up, seeing my friend Johnny Coco go fucking crazy in front, like all that kind of shit. Like bro, like my older brother was in a death metal band, and with him putting in a solid years of work, bro, they were touring all of Texas. Everything on my little bucket list is slowly, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta manifest. You gotta get out there and do it. And the energy alone that you have, it's gonna take you places.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Speaking of like it being there, it's just a matter of time. You just gotta put your foot down and take a step. Like, how much of the fame do you want? Like, where do you want to be? What position?
It's weird because the position I want to be in, I guess, would get me a lot of fame, but like the idea of having a lot of fame kind of scares me. I don't want fame, I want influence, if that makes sense. Like, I want as many eyes on me as possible to hear what I have to say. I'd much rather like see my influence there. I'd almost rather be more of like a low-key, like your favorite artist. Like, I might not be super well known, but when you go and watch your favorite rapper's interview to see who he listened to, my name is one of the names he'll say. But realistically, if I could just do music every day as a way to pay my bills, you know what I'm saying, and not have to work a typical 9 to 5 and just do what I love every day, that's a win. Honestly, what I'm doing now, even with me having a 9 to 5 job, I consider it a win.
Well, first off, you got the spirit, you got the energy, bro. And I give you flowers on that. Like, it doesn't matter what you want to be in life. I know you can get there. It's already showing, and it's leaking through the screen, bro.
It's all mindset, bro. Like, that's just, like, I'm not gonna disclose my age. I'm 999 years old, whatever. But like, I ain't 16, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats coming out right now were 15, 16. Even a lot, like, bro, Tyler is 21, 22. I think he's gonna kill me. I love you, Tyler. 21, 22. He's significantly younger than me by a couple years. Like, he's got that same mindset that I do. Ben had that same, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, he's doing bigger numbers. He's been doing what I'm doing. He's been had that mindset. It's only been the past like 2 years that I really figured out, like, oh, if I want to go do music, I can just go do it. This is now something I almost might try to do as a career. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have had the same drive when I was like 16, who knows the position I'd be in now? You know what I'm saying? Not ready. I was not ready at 16, 17 years old. I'm glad I waited till I was the age I am now to make this happen.
It's a good topic that you brought up with the whole age thing. I think people do agree it's a young man's game, but I think in the world that we live in, the digital world, that changed the landscape. And not only that, like, look at these artists like Kanye West. Like, he's what, in his late 40s, mid 40s, still doing his thing. And then I believe Eminem was like 27 when he dropped the Slim Shady OP. And then
Tizo's 31, and Tizo just got Rookie of the Year award from Billboard.
Yep.
And he is 31 years old. Jelly Roll just got Best New Artist Grammy, right? In the late 30s.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like it doesn't matter. It's just about your energy and where your mind's at. Do you have what it takes to get there? And
so everyone's journey is their journey. You
yes.
can't ever look at anyone's journey and base yours off of that, because you're not living their life. They're not in your shoes.
You brought up earlier, if I heard right, that you started this music thing as a hobby.
I've been technically making music since I was in like 4th grade. I've been playing instruments. Like, I picked up a clarinet in like 4th grade. We had a little like Christmas thingy, and I wrote my own song on the clarinet to play. Like, dude, I was 5 years old singing karaoke at family events. I was singing like the Beatles and Usher. Dude, my dad would tell me stories that I would sing You Got It Bad by Usher at family karaoke events at like 5, 6 years old. I also grew up in one of those families that, like, not to kind of bash them, but like, my trajectory was go to college, you know what I'm saying, get good grades, go to college, get a real job, all that kind of shit. Like, I want to scream into a microphone. Like, it's kind of like, what the hell? Like, but they also, like, and it kind of took them a while, but they kind of got used to it.
Can you take us back to the day where you recorded your first record and you heard your voice for the first time in a song?
Oh man, that's tough. If I remember correctly, it was, I think, I definitely remember now. It was with my cousin. It was with my little brother and my cousin, Ani. He's actually he's like a couple years younger than me. He's a current rapper too, Yuso. If you want another cool interview, hit him up. Like, shout out my cousin Yuso, bro. But we were making, bro, like, in like 4th grade, not even 4th grade, bro. Maybe like 3rd, 2nd grade, like the earliest form of garage band. Finding little random beats and thinking we were rapping on it, like, and we were also trying to make YouTube videos. This is back when YouTube first came out, you know what I'm saying? This was like 2006, 7, 8. We were trying to learn how to dance. We just wanted to perform for some freaking reason, and it's just been kind of a consistent thing. And now we all still make music. See, my older brother is an audio engineer, so me and my older brother, I think the first time I remember as actually trying to make music as like, what I'm saying, not as a little kid fucking around. My older brother is really good at guitar, and we doing System of a Down covers. And the first one I did was an Aerials cover. Oh no, man! To this day, my brothers, whenever they want to torture me, they send me the audio files of 13, 14-year-old David trying to sing Aerials, trying to sound like Serge, trying to mimic him perfectly. And if that ever came out, I'm pretty sure the members of System of a Down would personally find me and beat the shit out of me. I think the first time I ever did a rap song, God have mercy, I think the song is still out there somewhere. And I think my fans have found it, because that motherfucker's got like 600-700 plays. Don't know where it came from. I don't know if it's people going back and finding it, or if it just randomly got its own plays, and I'm pretty sure I ghost wrote like half of the verse for the other guy that was on the song. My little brother and his friends were all rapping, and sometimes they would need help finishing bars, you know what I'm saying? I'm not ghost writing entire songs for them, but like, you know what I'm saying? If they need a little help tidbits, I'd be like, well, you could say this and that.
Yeah.
And that eventually turned into, well, if you can say all this stuff, why don't you just say it on the mic? And then, you know, that's just where it went from there.
With the songwriting back in the day, is that something you want to continue to pursue?
I would be down. I've considered it, like, because I really do love songwriting. Like, at the end of the day, that's where it all started. I used to do poetry, like songwriting, getting the shit in my head onto paper. I don't think I'd ever, like, sell, you know what I'm saying, from a business standpoint. But I could see myself working with an artist that, like, I could write for, that they would sing better. Like, they could sing it in the vision that I have that I'm not really capable of, you know what I mean? I don't know if you've heard my big song. My song with the most views that I first got started off is called Overlooked. This guy's Starfall. He's actually about to go on tour with Keshi. Do you know the singer Keshi?
I do not.
Keshi's big. Keshi's a couple million followers, whatever.
Okay.
This guy Starfall that I did a song with when I first started, he was my first feature. Thank God he saw the vision when I didn't, because he still agreed to work with me when I had dog shit mixing. He gave me his preset. He helped me out a lot. But he has some songs that are written by another friend of his, and when I seen that, like this guy does really good songwriting, so that made me like, I didn't even think people were really still doing that, but it made me really like consider that as an option. Anything that I sing, as you know, with my name, it's written by me.
And when you do a record, are you clocking it in through like freestyle, or are you really like sitting there pen and pad, or typing on a computer, like writing your lyrics?
A little bit of both. If I'm doing like a more like intimate song, you know what I'm saying, I'll take some more time to write something out. For some more of the like ignorant, like crazy hype songs, or even some of the like a lot of the rap shit, I write then and there when I hear the beat. A lot of the singing shit, I'll take a little bit more time writing out. Especially with like when I do shit with Tyler and all the homies, like we cook the beat right then and there. We write song then and there, mix and match everything right then and there. Like pretty back and forth. Like it's like me and Tyler, man, we'll knock out like 4 or 5 songs back to back. Our first song we ever made together in studio when we first met was our song Wasteland. That was our first time meeting in person. Like we had made a song before, but like just over the internet. But our song Wasteland was the first song we ever did like together in person, and it's still like my favorite song that we've ever done. We kind of think of it as our like in like title, like so like.
Yeah. Taking off his leg, we make him face plant. We be dropping bombs up in this bitch, leave it a wasteland. If you talking shit, you get erased, man. I keep it 100, I cut off all of my fake friends.
Like, it's our fucking favorite song. That was the first one we ever did, and when we did our album, Fight Back, like, most of those songs we did, like, back to back. Like, we made that song within the span of, like, a week and a half, like, 4 or 5 songs a day. Boom, like, just locked in the studio 12 hours, just
Damn.
active, like, just going stupid. Like, Tyler sometimes won't even write. He literally won't even write. He literally will just clock in and just, I'll do on the spot, but I'm still taking, like, I'm like, give me, like, a blunt where.
I mean, without giving away too much of the sauce, but, like, what is the ritual for you when you're in that space?
Honestly, either by myself, right here in my room, smoking a blunt. It depends on the day. Like, sometimes if, like, usually I have to be in a good headspace. If I have, like, too much shit on my mind, I'll write a lot, but I tend to not record. Because when I record myself and I gotta mix and master myself, I get too stressed over that shit.
Yeah.
But the best vibe is really just me and the homies, either at my crib, Tyler's studio. We have hella different spaces that we record at, and just me and the homies, like, smoking and kicking it, getting a good laugh in. We always have to have a mandatory, like, 45 minutes of kind of, like, kick it beforehand, like, because we're all friends before we're artists, you feel me? Like, then getting in that good headspace, and then from there just letting it flow, but really not forcing it either. We kind of have a rule, like, leave your negative shit at the door, or let it out on the mic, but, like, don't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't letting that shit sit in here.
You brought up how you do mix and master your records, and earlier,
for the most part.
And earlier you did also say that you would make YouTube videos with your cousin, your little bro, learn how to dance and stuff like that. Is there anything else besides, like, doing the music thing that you want to achieve?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to do it all. Like, I kind of like some of my biggest inspirations as far as career paths is, like, Jamie Foxx and Donald Glover. Like,
oh man, yeah.
literally do anything that they want. Like,
yep.
They can, if they feel like going and making a blockbuster movie, they go do it. If they feel like directing a TV show, they go do it. If they feel like dropping a hit album, a good album, they'll go do that shit. Like, I was like that in school, bro. Like, I did marching band, drama.
Donald, Jamie, you brought up 2 amazing artists. You're right, they do it all.
For Donald Glover, like, bro, like, I was a fan of Community, and I watched stand-up before I ever heard of Childish Gambino. And I remember being in high school when 3005 came out. I get complacent easy. If I get good at something too quick, I'm like, okay, what's next, though? I don't sit on my accomplishments or whatever, like, my shit too long. Like, I'm on to the next thing already. Tyler does most of my videos, but I shoot some of my own videos, edit some of my own videos. Like, I help direct, I help shoot, you could literally do it all. Like, for shows, I throw my own shows most of the time. Like, when I went on tour, when me and Tyler did tour, we do that ourselves. Like, if you want to be that person that's, like, the best artist, but you also have your own best videos and all your own shit, like, if you have a cell phone, you can do that. Like, CapCut exists, BandLab exists, like, all, like, these guys did this in a time and it was almost impossible to do it. There's no excuse for people who want to do all that to not do it. Like, if you want to start a show where you're interviewing artists, you have a phone, Discord exists, there's nothing stopping you. There is no reason, you know what I'm saying? Even DistroKid is pretty cheap. I mean, there's issues with, I ain't gonna lie, DistroKid has issues.
At the end of the day, we could only really control ourselves. But it's important to have solid people around you, and for the most part, I know that you have a solid team. You know, just speaking on Tyler alone, solid dude. And you see often in the industry groups coming together doing great, and then they break up. What do you feel like are tools to make sure that the brotherhood stays there, that the family is solid throughout these hard times?
Communication. I can tell you that off top, brother, is communication. Like you said, like, everybody has a team, like, everyone needs that tightness, like, brotherhood. Like, even every artist that says I made it, I grinded myself independent, still had a team of people behind him helping him get there. Like, like with these groups that break up and shit and go through their issues, it's just communication and egos, but all that shit can just be squashed with communication, like letting everyone's intentions and what you want and expect be clear, like so no one feels like they're getting played, like no one, you know what I'm saying? That way everyone knows that we're all on the same path. If everyone communicates what we're expecting and what we're trying to do and build, like, you know, we're all on the same page. If someone starts to differ and we communicate that, we can work around it, or if things need to separate, you know what I'm saying, people need to go their separate ways. It's really not on bad terms, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really not a collective person. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I affiliate with extreme trap, hellcore, you know what I'm saying? I do some collective stuff, but as far as like actual in person, like real like collective shit, like it's just the people that you see like behind me, literally, like Tyler, like shout out to Noli, shout out Critter, shout out Slam, Vel, like we have our arguments and our disagreements all the time, but we talk about it, like, and we hash it out. We have our fights. All brothers do. It's when you act like everything's okay, but you let all that shit kind of fester.
Yep.
Then like, see, and that's what happens. Artists, like talented groups, will have all these issues, but then they don't talk about it. Then they start blowing up. But by the time they start hashing out these issues, they're in the public eye. And I'm pretty sure fighting through all those issues while you're having all these people watching you is really hard to maneuver. We're hashing out all these issues, and we ain't got that kind of pressure on us. Like, yeah, we have our people who support us, but like, we're not like, I don't know who to fucking even use an excuse, like Odd Future. We're not a Shoreline. We're not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's just so much easier when you can just communicate and I feel like it just keeps everything balanced, bro. Communication just keep with everything, like not even just with music, just life, period. Everything's easier if you just talk about it, bro.
Challenging times are always going to be there. It's testing us, though. We get chastised to become Vel, man, Yates, Tyler, all solid folks. You know, me just talking to you now, you guys definitely have somewhat of the same idea when it comes to the artistry, or like how you want to present yourself. You're doing it for yourself. You're this artist. But I honestly believe you guys will continue to grow a cult following. You guys will become a big thing. I just know it, because you guys' sound, and just, again, I don't want to really group you guys as a collective. You guys are for sure your own artist, but you guys have that sound together as well. It's a matter of time, man. And how do you feel like you're gonna deal with fame?
I don't know. That's kind of still one of my biggest questions, because even now, like, I don't really get recognized in public or anything, but even when, like, I see people that have seen me at shows and shit, like, see me in public, it's just already kind of weird to me now, because I'm a very antisocial person. Like, I don't really leave the house. Like, before I did this music shit, I didn't have a social life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be kind of difficult. I'm really kind of hoping that the fan base that I build is going to be, like, a cool one that's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, wild, and you know what I'm saying, it's not going to be I want to build a very like wholesome community, and for as long as I can, I want to have that, like, I want to be able to, like, my main goal is to get off stage, still be able to hang out with everybody. Even some of the biggest artists in, like, the trap metal genre, if that's what you want to put me in, like they still, like, hang out after shows. Like, if you go to a show, you're still gonna see, like, Kill Switch hanging out outside of the venue. You're still gonna see NASCAR hanging out. You're still gonna see Lil Darky hanging out outside. Like all these people are still just, like fans of this shit too, so they're still hanging out and interacting with everybody.
For the audience that is watching this, they're seeing Dave Won't Die, and they're interested in your artistry and who you are as a person, and they want to check out your catalog. What is the first song you recommend they listen to?
First song that I recommend them listen to, honestly, I'd probably say High Tide, off of my Born to Be Dead EP. High Tide, it's off my last EP, Born to Be Dead. It's the last song on there, and it's probably just, like, the song that I feel like, I'm really proud of what I wrote in it. It's, like, the best, like, just, like, it's the most, like, like my own sound. Like it's the first time I heard the song. It was a custom instrumental he made too. Most of the beats on there he custom made for me. Like that was my first tape that I was really trying to like have it really be like what Dave Won't Die would sound like. Like less away from like what I was inspired by when I started, more of like, okay, this is my true sound. And yeah, shout out to Disturbed. He's helped me a lot, like coming to fruition with like my true sound. It's just such a good fucking song. If there was ever going to be a Dave Won't Die type beat, it'd sound like that. I have like another tape that I'm about to drop that's completely produced by him too. Kind of like a spiritual sequel to that tape. I have a special feature coming on that one. That's fucking, which I haven't announced it yet. It's going to be my homie Vice from Atlanta. He's fucking big right now. He's fucking popping right now. He had us come out. That's who we did. That's who we opened for in Baltimore. He runs Hellcore with Disturbed and fucking the whole tour up and down the East Coast, New York down to Atlanta and back. So when they did Baltimore, I flew out there. He's a cool ass fucking dude, and I got a feature from him for this fucking tape.
Damn.
And this shit's gonna I'm so excited for this fucking tape. Like, I really only use a couple producers now. Like, I'm off of YouTube type beats, really. If I'm not producing it myself, it's produced by Disturbed. It's produced by homie Anoli, who's another fucking amazing artist that I work with. I just my tape Insanity We Trust. There's my collab album with him. That's fucking probably my favorite album that I've dropped far. Is that one? But he produces a lot of shit for me. He is probably one of the most talented producers I know. And Dylan Noir, who's fucking good homie of mine, he produces for Denzel Curry right now. We're working on some cool shit that if there's anything that I shouldn't really talk about right now, it's probably that, only because I want to keep that under hush, but we're working on some cool shit. And big shit, dude. So him and his collective, his producer collective, Mad World. Shout out to everybody in Mad World. When I did the Santa Ana show on our tour, me and Tyler got to go to Zell's studio. That was such a surreal experience, if I'm being honest. Like, Dylan's somebody I was listening to before I was doing my own music. I was a fan before I was a friend, you know what I'm saying? He helped produce on my debut EP. Like, I've been working with him since, like, end of 22. He's still like this. He's been going up crazier ever since then, and he ain't, you know what I'm saying? Still taps in with me, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm kind of past YouTube producers right now, bro, if I'm being honest. Like, I still might listen to a couple type beats now and then, but... yeah. Like, when I have resources like that, bro, there's just no need. Like, real tip, like, for people starting out, like, YouTube beats are cool. They're like, get off of them as quick as possible. Like, not just for leasing reasons, like, because you should be paying these, you know what I'm saying? That'll come bite you in the ass eventually. You can't just be taking YouTube beats because they're going to want their money eventually. Like, you're never going to find your own sound if you're always using type beats, because then you're always going to have an artist sound that you're on. You have to branch out eventually, whether that's making your own beats or finding a producer that you like, and get Looperman and get Audacity. Learn how to splice a couple loops together, and you can make your own beats. Like, it's not hard.
With us being 9 months into the year, got 3 months left, can you, one, talk us through your year? How challenging was it? How did it go for you? And with 3 months left, do you have any goals before the year ends?
Man, it's been an insane year, bro. I can't even begin to tell you fucking where I was at the beginning of the year and where I am now are like night and day. Like, fucking, I mean, I started the year off on my first tour. Let me say that. You know what I'm saying? Me and Tyler going on our first tour, like.
Sick, bro.
First fully independent tour. 5 shows. Did Anna, did Lodi, did San Jose, did Modesto, and Baltimore. Crazy. Imagine how cool it was being able to go to my boss and say, hey, I need to take a week off of work because I'm going to Baltimore because I'm on tour. Like, that's pretty, yeah, and then it was beyond challenging. Learned very many hard lessons. Like, I mean, I think getting pulled over on the way to the first show, not even a mile outside of our town, was a sign, you know what I'm saying? But what was crazy was we had so many challenges and obstacles, like, throughout tour, the shows themselves. always great. Like at the end of the day, like once we got on stage and we were with the fans and shit, like
Yep.
everything just lined up perfectly. It's just like all those obstacles were just kind of testing you, like how bad do you really want to get to the show, and we maneuvered through all that shit.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? Our San Jose show, we had, all right, I'm gonna talk my shit. Like the venue screwed us on the time we had. I rented 2 hours. The previous DJ didn't get his stuff off until like 30 minutes into our time, and we didn't get that time back. They didn't give us the sound system that we rented. You know what I'm saying? So they could barely, you know what I'm saying? But that was also the first show that fans sang the lyrics back to me to one of my songs. And the support that I got at that show was more than I had ever got, despite all the issues. So when our time was over, the guy came, cut the lights on in the middle of my set. You know what I'm saying? Interrupts me in the middle of my set and says, "Hey, everybody has to go." Thought that crowd was gonna rip him to shreds. It was maybe like 30. It was maybe like 30. I don't know. I don't know. It was a really small, tight venue. It was maybe like 50 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they were ready to rip that guy to shreds. But I'll try not to focus on numbers, but like it's been like just been doing crazy since when I first started. Like at the beginning of the year, like I started the year maybe a couple hundred monthly listeners, 200-300 monthly listeners. Now I think I peaked somewhere at like 3K monthly listeners, and now I've been at like a steady couple thousand, like 1.7 to 2.2. Like,
congrats, bro.
Which, thank you. It's like I like hitting like 10. I've now like hitting like 10K, 15K on like me and Tyler are getting like fucking doing numbers together. Like when me and Tyler linked up like the end of 2023, like middle to end of 2023, and then at the beginning of 2024, we just like built to the metal, and we just, you know what I'm saying? It's just been like grinding and work nonstop. And then for the rest of the year, like we're just trying to keep the foot on the gas. Like got some more shows lined up. We have big projects already damn near done, just waiting on some features and some little things here and there, but big projects and collaborations coming. Like I just talked about like my fucking EP I'm about to drop with Vipe as a feature. Others got an album coming called The End Is Near that I'm not gonna say who's on it, but he's got a slurry of fucking features on there.
Somebody right now is watching, and in the back of their mind they're thinking, I feel like quitting. I'm not seeing any progress. What is a piece of advice you can give that artist?
Like, I want to quit all the time, bro. Like, I want to quit all the time when the shit gets hard. Mm-hmm. But like, but then I remember, like, if I don't do this, then what am I gonna do? That's kind of the question. That's kind of the question you have to ask yourself. Like, okay, if you want to quit, you're not gonna do this. What are you gonna do? And if you don't have an answer to that, then sorry. The hard answer is to say, suck it up, Buttercup, because it's gonna be hard. But you have to want it. You get what you put in. You know what I'm saying? So the effort that you put in is what you're going to get back out. If you're putting in your 1,000 hours, you're going to see the results no matter what. Might take some time, but like by the time it actually starts happening, you're not going to realize how long it's been. Like, it's happening for me now, and like it feels like it's happened almost overnight, but at the same time, it's been almost 2 solid years of grinding at the same time, but it also doesn't feel like that. Kind of mean. I feel bad saying suck it up, Buttercup, but like, yeah, man.
No, sometimes we need to hear it straight, you know? Can't have everything be surrounded by styrofoam. To kind of take it in a little fun approach as we come into a close here, Dave Won't Die. What is a perfect day for you?
My perfect day is probably waking up, rolling a fat blunt, getting super stoned while listening to some music or watching a video. Like, I'll probably watch some Hive Mind or something and get high. My girl will be there. That's got it, you know what I'm saying? That's got it, you know what I'm saying? Waking up, seeing my girl, smoking a fat blunt with her, watching something, going and eating some good food, and then kicking it in the studio all day with my girls and my homies, just making music all day, making hella good songs, and then doing a show and mosh pits and people beating on each other and then hugging each other during the sad songs, and then going eating some more good food, smoking one last blunt before going to bed. That would be a perfect day.
And what is your favorite movie of all time?
Either The Mask or probably Coraline, one of the two.
Tonight you find out that the world's gonna end. What is your last meal?
My grandma's gumbo. Definitely. My grandma's gumbo for sure. I'm definitely flying to wherever she is, probably still in Texas, and I'm having her make me some gumbo. Probably gonna be screaming at me, David, the world is ending. Why are you trying to have me make some gumbo? I said, Mama, don't worry about it. The world's about to end, and I just want some gumbo. So that's probably what it'd be.
Man, shout out your grandma. What's the drink look like?
A citrus green tea, because that was my little sister's. No, an Arizona green tea, because that was my little sister's favorite drink.
For the fans and for the new people, they're listening right now, they're watching you. Go ahead and let them know something that perhaps you didn't get the chance to say. The floor is yours.
I'd say I love them and the support means everything, but I feel like I say that all the time. But something that they don't probably know is that, man, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them still, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm still here for, like, right, for this, like, Dave Won't Die is a promise, you feel me? It's not just a statement, it's a promise.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was Dave Won't Die. Check him out, man. Check out the catalog. He's a great artist. I'm loving the journey. I'm loving the success as well, and how real you were, being transparent in this interview here. Dave Won't Die, where do you want the fans to be? What, like, social platform do you want them to follow you on?
I mean, I really just use Instagram is where I'm most active on. I don't have TikTok or anything like that. So yeah, I don't have Twitter or X, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't do none of that shit. Just I hate social media to death, but I use Instagram to keep people up to date on my music and shit. So just Dave Won't Die on Instagram, and then just go follow me on all the music platforms. I'm Dave Won't Die everywhere: SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. They don't pay artists enough, so honestly, go find me on SoundCloud, because I probably don't. I need more people on my SoundCloud. So go find me on SoundCloud at Dave Won't Die. Go fucking shout out to Extreme Trap and Hellcore, and go follow them. Go follow Tyler LaForce and Anoli. Go follow Hank Rubey. Go follow Slam Yates. Go follow Vel. Go follow all the gang. And go follow Uphill Radio if you're not fucking following already. If you're watching this for some reason and you're not following them, you're fucking up. Follow them, please. I really fucking appreciate you having me on, and the love, bro. Shit, it's been cool, because I've been watching you for a minute too, because like you said, you've interviewed all my homies and shit for the most part. I'm gonna tap you in with the ones that you haven't too, because you need interviews with them. At this point, you might as well get to know the whole gang, you feel me?
Yep.
That way, when we all go up, you'll be the main one affiliated with all of us, you feel me?
Damn, bro, thank you.
Yeah, bro, I really appreciate. Yeah, I've been watching you since seeing you interview all them, so it's cool to finally bridge the gap and get my own interview in too. I really appreciate the support that you show for all of us, bro. Because our scene in Modesto is small, bro. Everybody knows each other, so having somebody from the outside kind of giving almost a bird's eye view of our weird fucking town and our different ass scene, where we each kind of do our own fucking thing, but we somehow make it all fit. Feel like people would love that shit, but we just need more exposure, and this is
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What you're doing is the only, you know what I'm saying? We need more people like you, dog, so I really appreciate it, bro.
Man, Dave Won't Die, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your stories. Keep going, man. We're going to be rooting for you. Everybody give Dave Won't Die some love. Thank you for joining Uphill Radio.
Eric, I appreciate you, bro. Big love. Mom, shut up! Shit, you can add bloopers. And she's yelling at the dog. Yeah, I got a tortoise. I'll send you pictures that you can add. Dude, he opens my door, right? So he knows how to open my door. He's super smart. He can open the door to my studio and get in here. The dogs follow behind him. It's like a team effort. The tortoise opens the door so the dogs can get in there and just tear shit up. And I come home to just my fucking whole studio destroyed. I sit outside and I literally watch this fucking tortoise walk up to my door, his fucking body up against it, use his fucking hand to slide the shit open, and I'm like, no fucking way. His name is Koopa.
Koopa, yeah, badass. I like that.
He's a 5-year-old. I forgot what the breed is specifically, but they're like the 3rd largest tortoise like in the world. So he's fucking massive. He's like a toddler could sit on his back and ride around on him.
You got personality.
Yeah, he's an asshole. But he's also cool. He likes to hang out with me when I'm sitting outside smoking.
What is a perfect day for you?
Perfect day is I'll give you a perfect day in the way that my day usually does.
Dave, you there? I lost you. That's crazy. I said, what is your perfect day? And this whole thing glitched out. Let me add it to the bloopers. Yo, I hear you now. Yep. There we go.
I don't know. Everything I could hear you. I was like, what the hell? Add that to the bloopers, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so my perfect day would include no computer glitches while I'm trying to do an interview.